Hey, what is up guys? David Zhao here, and today we're looking at FOTGA's C50 line of camera monitors. If you saw my review last year of the Fotga A50, then this video will sound very familiar. This new line is their upgraded version with just about the same feature set, with the exception of the new 2000 nit brightness output. Aside from that, we see several build quality updates that makes the monitor look a little more modern and feel a little bit more premium. And just like last time, I got FOTGA to send me an additional unit to give away to you guys. So if you want one, keep watching to find out how to enter. As always guys, if you're interested in checking out these monitors, the links will be in the description down below. Okay, so build quality. The body. Just like its predecessor, the Fotga C50 is a very light external monitor, weighing in at just about 800 grams or 1.76 pounds. Unlike the A50, the C50 feels much more premium. The casing on the unit is still made of plastic, but it has a denser feel to it. I think this version strikes a perfect balance between lightweight and premium feeling. The next thing you'll notice is that the front looks very clean. While the 5-inch monitor is still sporting pretty thick bezels, the display overall looks very minimalistic and modern. A small piece of attention to detail that I really like are these tiny little plastic bumps raised off of the corners of the display. This allows you to set the monitor down on a flat surface without the screen making contact and getting all scratched up. Moving past the front of the display, the I/O remains unchanged with 7 programmable buttons on the top, a power button, and a scroll wheel to access the built-in menu system. On the left and right side, you'll find 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch mounting points. And underneath, you'll find another 3/8 inch mounting point as well as the HDMI output. On the back, you'll find an HDMI in, a USB-A port, DC in power input, headphone jack, and a battery out port which can be used to power a dummy battery for your camera. This would be a good time to point out that there are 2 versions of this monitor, a HDMI only version and an HDMI plus SDI version. The HDMI only version goes for around $220 and the HDMI plus SDI version goes for about $270. My version is the HDMI plus SDI, which is why I have the SDI in and out ports as well. Finally, of course, we have 2 slots for MPF batteries. With 2 slots, of course, you can hot swap batteries so you can theoretically power your monitor and camera indefinitely. There is one negative I notice about this monitor. It gets hot. I thought at first it was because I was shooting out in the sun, and I'm sure that contributed to it, but even shooting indoors, I noticed it was uncomfortably hot to touch the screen. Fortunately, the heat issue seems to be managed pretty well by the internal fans. I haven't had this monitor shut off on me like mid-shoot yet, so that's good, but that's a double-edged sword. The internal fans are not the quietest things in the world. They're definitely audible and definitely provide a higher pitch fan noise. If you're shooting with an on-camera microphone in a quiet room, you'll definitely hear it. I just dropped my A7S III. Fortunately, it wasn't my A7S III, but, well, that was scary. Here's a sample clip without the monitor being on. Here's a sample clip with the monitor on and using a microphone on the camera body close to the monitor. So for some of you, that may be a deal breaker, so just keep that in mind. Personally, I find it to be manageable, and fortunately, I don't shoot too much audio critical content, so it's not too big of a deal for me, but I thought it was definitely worth mentioning. Now, let's talk about the display. How good is it? I think it's easiest to think about how good a product is by comparing it to some of the industry-leading products. And for the longest time, and I still believe it's currently the case, Small HD has produced some of the best monitors for sale. Small HD still sells their 502 bright full on-camera monitor for $799. That's down from $999, which is the retail price. And what do you get? A whopping 1000 nits of peak brightness. Okay, what about the Atomos Shinobi 5.2 inch monitor? It is significantly closer in price, coming in at just $299, touting a beautiful display, but once again, it only has a peak brightness of 1000 nits. In comparison, the Fotga C50 can output 2000 nits. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot more to displays than just how bright they get, but from my experience, most monitors I get are good enough when it comes to color, contrast, and saturation. I've never had a monitor that's like super green shifted or super purple shifted. And of course, most importantly, they're used as reference monitors to ensure 2 things: my composition is good, and my exposure is good. So that's where this incredible 2000 nit peak brightness comes into play. Surprisingly, I shoot a lot outdoors these days, and in the bright Florida sun, it's hard to see the back of your small LCD display of your camera. And that's why this monitor has been a lifesaver. It makes composition and nailing my exposure so much easier, and that alone is worth the cost of this budget monitor. But it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about all the useful features. Running through the settings list, you've got yourself such a wide range of features. You've got everything from display markers to help with composition, like safety markers, center markers, as well as even customizable markers for your specific needs. On top of that, you even have an anamorphic de-squeeze mode, which is super clutch if you're shooting on a lens like the Sirui anamorphic lenses, since even on cameras like the A7S III, there isn't a built-in de-squeeze option to help preview your anamorphic footage when you're shooting. On top of that, of course, you have your usual monitoring assist tools like previewing your feed in monochrome, checking exposure with false color, zebras, or histograms, as well as focus assist tools like focus peaking with variable levels of sensitivity and choice of color, as well as vector scopes and parades to help with color balancing. Of course, there's also the quintessential audio bar to monitor your audio levels as well. One of my favorite features that's always on for me is the built-in LUT preview. Of course, you can import your own LUTs, but it already comes pre-installed with Vlog, Log-C, S-Log2, S-Log3, HLG709, and Focus' own generic FOTGA log. Just like how I have Gamma Assist turned on from S-Log3 on my A7S III at all times, I always have it on S-Log3 on this monitor, and it makes exposing for S-Log shots so much easier. So here's my verdict. Who's it for? Short answer, everyone. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely better monitors, larger monitors, brighter monitors, better built monitors, and just better looking displays. There's definitely monitors with quieter fans and more features. But for $220 for the HDMI version, which comes with touchscreen, this monitor is an incredible value. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I'll be giving away one of these monitors to a random commenter on this video in the first week of this video going live. So go comment something like, I want to win the monitor, to enter. If you want to check out the FOTGA C50, links will be in the description down below. Alright guys, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did and you want to support the channel, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and get notified of when new videos are released. Also in the comment section down below, let me know what you think of this monitor. For $220, I feel like it's very, very feature rich, but what are some features that you'd like to see in a budget monitor? What are some of the most important features to you? All right guys, as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace.